What is bias? In general, a machine learning model analyzes the data, find patterns in it and make predictions. While training, the model learns these patterns in the dataset and applies them to test data for prediction. While making predictions, a difference occurs between prediction values made by the model and actual values/expected values, and this difference is known as bias errors or errors due to bias. It can be defined as an inability of machine learning algorithms such as linear regression to capture the true relationship between the data points. Each algorithm begins with some amount of bias because bias occurs from assumptions in the model, which makes the target function simple to learn. A model has either low bias. A low bias model will make fewer assumptions about the form of the target function. High bias. A model with a high bias makes more assumptions, and the model becomes unable to capture the important features of our dataset. A high bias model also cannot perform well on new data. Generally, a linear algorithm has a high bias, as it makes them learn fast. The simpler the algorithm, the higher the bias it has likely to be introduced. Whereas a nonlinear algorithm often has low bias. Some examples of machine learning algorithms with low bias are decision trees, k-nearest neighbors and support vector machines. At the same time, an algorithm with high bias is linear regression, linear discriminant analysis and logistic regression. Ways to reduce high bias. High bias mainly occurs due to a much simple model. Below are some ways to reduce the high bias. Increase the input features as the model is underfitted. Decrease the regularization term. Use more complex models, such as including some polynomial features.